But we need to move forward because our next startup today is Pukka. And Reginald, whenever you're ready, you may start.
Excellent. Okay.
Just let me know and we'll start.
Not a problem. And I'm sharing my screen now. All right. So good evening, good morning, wherever you're from. My name is Reginald Flowers, and I'm the founder of Pukka. And I have a problem, and either you or someone you know has had the same problem when they decide to expand or enhance their family with a pet. And so right now we're going to talk to you about Pukka and where pets become family. Here we go. So right now, what the industry is lacking in a lot of security. One of the things that's happening is that when someone goes to purchase a new pet, just like myself, I recently purchased a new puppy. The information from the breeders is unverified, it's unsecured, and the industry is fragmented, which makes it very hard to track and trace whether you know exactly what you're buying and its authenticity. So Pukka, we provide a proprietary process where we can authenticate documentation and claims, associated with the dog, ID management, providing digital IDs, both birth certificates as well as digital IDs, aggregating all of its details, and also the ability to trace and track your animal as well using our app technology. So Pukka is a blockchain-enabled ecosystem that helps breeders, pet owners, and pet managements, to authenticate pet details. We provide a better transparency experience from birth to sale on the B2B side, and then identification management on the B2C side. In turn, allows breeders to generate more earnings per unit, and as well as have a profile built in to allow them to market their pets, whether horses, cats, more efficiently, and then for end users to be able to see that information more accurately. So when it comes to our business model, one of our services that we provide is the Pukka certification, where we leverage blockchain to verify and authenticate from producing a pet's ID, tracking all of his aggregated data. Instead of it being spread out in many places, we bring all that data into one place, certify that data, and therefore when the end user gets their new puppy from the breeder, all claims have been verified and authenticated. That cost is $89 per puppy, and breeders that have used our service so far just in our mock-up have been able to sell their animals for anywhere from $250 to $500 more per unit by providing a Pukka certification. And then from B2C, the traceability of animals. Nowadays, 1/3 of all animals will be lost, and 90% of those animals will never return to their homes. So with Pukka, we're able to provide a proprietary RFID chip, install that chip in the animal, and typically the issue is that with most industries, you can only get a vet or a shelter to scan the animal. With the Pukka app, anyone can download the application, scan the animal's profile will populate, and that animal can be returned. Anyone has access to a iOS or Android platform. And so in this case, those services for the pet management side, for someone who's using the B2C, ranges anywhere from $4.99 to $7.99, depending on how many animals they have. And so the industry in itself, right here in North America, is a 2 billion live pet industry. So there's more than 2 million puppies being serviced right here in the United States, and globally is more than 4 times that. And right now, with them not having any verified identity, any verified authenticity, oftentimes these animals are ended up in shelters or returned or rehomed, which subsequently costs a lot of money and a lot of hearts are being broken. And so our founding team was founded by myself along with Rick Banks, who is an expert breeder. We began socializing this concept with breeders, and we were able to bring on 3 major breeders here in the state of Michigan. We now have more than 50 dogs under management, and breeders are excited because now they have basically the Carfax of the pet industry, being able to provide profiles to the subsequent buyers to provide verified information. Yes.
Sorry, the time is up. It's like but just in case, if, for example, some of the judges would like you to proceed, we may start right now Q&A, and who would like to ask a question?
Absolutely. We were coming to an end, so thank you.
I have a question. Reginald, I'm a big believer in the shelters, and my last dog, unfortunately, just died last week. We got from a shelter, and he was awesome. I didn't get a sense that your product is for shelter dogs. What are you doing for that population?
Absolutely. So as you know, when it comes to shelter dogs, perception is everything. And so with Pukka, we're able to provide a digital ID for each dog where we can track, we can have a DNA tested, we can have medical records enlisted and create a profile that allow people to know that this animal is healthy, what it's made of, what its potential habits will be like, and then market it on our platform so that people have a clear, concise understanding of that animal and is not perceived as less than because it doesn't come from a breeder.
So you just talked about breeders as your market. Are you talking to shelters?
That is correct. Breeders is where our MVP started, but that is not where it ends.
Okay, I'm in California, and when you buy from a breeder, you get the birth certificate, and then they will do DNA tests right now. So I don't understand what you're providing that's different from that.
Sure, not a problem. So typically with the kennel clubs that are well represented, our research has showed that all they use is a honor system. And so sometimes the honor system isn't that honorable. And so what Pukka is that third-party intermediary that verifies that when we have the parentage data, we understand now who the true sire and dam is. And then we're that third party that verifies that supports the kennel club's verification. We also show that because we're leveraging blockchain, we have historical data also mentioning that people have been manipulating documentation, creating fraud within the animal industry. So DNA tests, unless it's directly cited from the DNA provider, can also be compromised too. So Pukka is that intermediary to make sure that those claims are accurate.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Good morning. This is Jordan. Really well done. Appreciate the mission statement. Two questions. Tell me about unit economics, your CAC, your LTV, duration of the LTV, and so forth. And 2 or 3 years from now, where are you taking this data that you're accumulating for thousands and thousands of pets and users and what have you?
Absolutely. So I know I have to be, so in terms of the economics, you have to understand, just starting from North America, with there being like 90 million dogs, our focus and our target audience is 35%, which are the millennials and Gen Zs. So they're more likely to manage, their life on apps. And so therefore Pukka supports that. In terms of our economics and growth, we're looking to have, over the next 3 years, roughly about 900,000 puppies, certified. And then from the usability of the subscribers, roughly about 3 million subscribers that are using our data management system to better care for their animals. And so those projections will put us somewhere a little bit north of 250 million in annual recurring revenue. And that's really based on a 15% success rate of our obtainable market.
Time is up. Just in case, if you have further questions for Reginald.
Just one is very short.
I'm sorry, Aldo, but we have to keep up with the rules. Proceed with chat, please, and we are moving forward.